Next, an editorial reflecting the views of the United States government.
By the simplest definition, corruption is the abuse of entrusted power that undermines stable, secure, and functioning societies. To help mitigate this damage, in 2003 the United Nations adopted its Convention Against Corruption, an international anti-corruption treaty ratified by 187 states. In a video message opening the 10th conference of the UN Convention Against Corruption, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that corruption threatens the fight for good governance, accountability, and transparency, which are vital to our national security and to delivering for our citizens.
Corruption exacerbates inequality and political polarization. Corruption undermines our responses to crises, from pandemics to natural disasters. Every dollar stolen is a dollar that we cannot invest in our schools or our hospitals, in our businesses or our public pensions. Corruption erodes citizens' faith in government and their trust in one another, polarizing our politics, dividing our communities, exacerbating crime and conflict. And corruption can be weaponized by countries and actors looking to do harm to our security, to our economies, to our political system.
We know corruption has the direst consequences for the most vulnerable, the people who most need our help and support, but who often feel that no matter how hard they work, the system is rigged against them, said U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield. This is one of many reasons the United States has made anti-corruption a centerpiece of our foreign policy. That policy stands on 4 pillars. First, President Biden issued a presidential proclamation that will expand Secretary Blinken's authority to restrict entry into the United States for those who enable corruption, said Ambassador Thomas-Greenfield.
Second, the United States is providing $252 million in foreign assistance to counter corruption. Third, the United States will continue to promote financial transparency and integrity, particularly in sectors at high risk of corruption.
Finally, our administration is developing a suite of legislative proposals that would strengthen law enforcement and visa authorities for pursuing anti-corruption cases, said Ambassador Thomas-Greenfield. While corruption is a cancer, it is also a treatable cancer. The Convention Against Corruption has given us the framework we need to take on this national and transnational threat. It's on us to make the next 20 years more just, accountable, and transparent. And by doing so, we can advance the prosperity, the dignity, the human rights of all people. And we can advance peace and security around the world.
That was an editorial reflecting the views of the United States government.